ta'ala for the moment that we are in right now. Ramadan is around the corner. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to live to see Ramadan because no day is guaranteed. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us acceptance in the month of Ramadan because acceptance should not be taken for granted. And I know that there are many people that feel the sadness and the weight of what is happening with our brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Gaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them victory. Allahumma ameen. And it's hard to perceive the joy of Ramadan with everything that's happening in the background. But I don't want to talk about the joy and the sadness. I want to start off from this place. First and foremost, we should show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to be present in Ramadan, for giving us the gift of Ramadan, because it is a gift that many people wish that they had, and it is a gift that many people will no longer have because they have passed away before this Ramadan. And so the very first thing that you meet this month with is gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying alhamdulillah, He gave you another opportunity to live to see this blessed month, to be a part of it, to make du'as where other people cannot make du'a anymore, to partake in acts of worship that others are no longer able to partake in. وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And if you are grateful, I will increase you. And so the very first thing is alhamdulillah for the blessing of Ramadan, because it is a blessing whether we feel joy or not. It is an incredible blessing that not everyone gets to have and that we should not take for granted. Another opportunity to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But then how do I connect it to the moment that I have right now? And many people are saying this Ramadan doesn't feel the same. And what I don't want to happen is that you waste your Ramadan because of your sadness and you take it for granted and say, you know, this Ramadan is different. Maybe the next Ramadan, things will be different and I'll feel better and I can apply myself in worship. Rather, everything that is happening should be a reason for you to have the best Ramadan of your life. It should actually be the reason for the Ramadan in which you are closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than any Ramadan prior. Why? When you read about the secrets of fasting and what Ramadan is meant to unveil in our hearts, beyond simply causing us to want to fast from our food and our drink, beyond simply disconnecting us from our desires, it is also meant to connect us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the hereafter and to the reward of the hereafter that He promises the righteous believer in a way that nothing else can. And for many Ramadans prior, you spend the beginning of Ramadan peeling the layers, deeper perception, trying to perceive Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trying to perceive the hereafter, trying to perceive the reward of the hereafter, trying to perceive the pain and the suffering of your brothers and sisters. And you know what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us all a head start. You have a head start bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. You need no one to tell you about the appetite that you have for this world being out of control. When the Prophet ﷺ saw Israfil alayhi salam with his lips puckered to the horn, he said, كَيْفَ أَنْعُمْ كَيْفَ أَنْعُمْ. What appetite do I have for this world after I saw that blow of death? And so if you've lost your appetite for this world after seeing what is happening in Gaza, you've gotten a head start on Ramadan. Because Ramadan is meant to diminish your appetite for this world, not just your appetite for food and drink. You've gotten a head start in Ramadan.